Hey, comic lovers, EMoney and the old man with you, here for another episode of Back Issues. And we have a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about Nick Cage sharing his thoughts about joining the MCU. And also, the first reviews for Shazam! Fury of the Gods are in, and we're going to take a look at those.
When's that hit theaters?
That is March 17th.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to have some comic reviews, and we're going to be previewing what you can expect at this week's Whatnot auction, and a lot of other great stuff. But also, it's sort of a bittersweet episode. It's kind of somber here, because I got something to share with you guys. This will be our final episode of Back Issues. We started this during lockdown in 2020. And, we were bored and there wasn't a lot going on, and we decided that, I came up with this idea to talk about comic books, and, the old man agreed to be a part of it, and it took off from there, and then things started opening up, and we started getting busy again, and the old man, took a part-time job, and, my job started up again, and we got busy, but we decided to keep going, and, we thought, things would improve with the views and everything eventually, and they haven't. I
looked through the last few back issues, and for the last 5 months, we've not broken 50 views on back issues.
Yeah.
And the best ones are when we review a movie.
Yeah.
But,
so
it's just not working.
Yeah. Obviously, if the views were big, we would say keep going, but they're not. So
I'm going to miss doing it. I enjoy doing it, but our schedules are such that it really takes a big chunk out of our available time.
We're about to get into our busy season. The pop-up shop is starting in less than 2 months. A little over 2 months, and.
No, less than 2 months.
No, less than 2 months.
Yeah.
And I'm about to take on another hosting gig for trivia next week, so that's going to take time out of my schedule.
And I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah. So, for the amount of views that we're getting, it's just not worth the time anymore. So, thank you to everyone who has tuned in. We really appreciate it. And we're going to keep doing our reaction videos because, those get much better views than back issues do.
And you never know.
Yeah.
We might decide to pop in here and do an episode of back issues.
Yeah, we might
review a movie.
Yeah, we might review Shazam when it comes out. But as far as an ongoing, weekly show goes, this will be the last one. All right, guys. So I'm EMoney. This is the old man, and this, for the last time, is Back Issues. Alright, so before we get started today, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, give us a thumbs up, and if you like, leave us a comment. This might be the last episode, but, the channel is not going away. So, if you want more content, be sure to give us a subscribe, alright? Alright, so, on to some entertainment news. Now, it's been well documented that Nicolas Cage is a big comic book lover. He's partially named after a superhero.
No, he is named after Nick Cage.
Well, the Cage is from Luke Cage, and the Nick is from. Is it
Luke
Nick?
Cage. Yeah, not Nick Cage. Luke Cage.
Right.
Yeah, something else.
I think it was it a magician?
I knew this, but I don't remember. But I know the Cage comes from Luke Cage.
Right.
Fact. So yes, he's a huge comic book fan.
All right. So, despite having played some comic book characters over the years, like being
Ghost
Rider, and Big Daddy. And lending his voice talent to Spider-Man Noir in Into the Spider-Verse and Superman in Teen Titans Go, Nick has yet to enter either the DCU or the MCU. So, the question begs, what gives? Well, Nick Cage was on stage at the Miami Film Festival accepting Variety's Legend and Groundbreaker Award when he shared his thoughts on the state of superhero cinema today. He says, I've got to be nice about Marvel movies because I named myself after a Stan Lee character named Luke Cage. What am I going to do? Put Marvel movies down? Stan Lee is my surrealistic father. He named me. Cage went on to point out that he understood the frustration with superhero movies. I get it, but I think there's plenty of room for everybody. I'm seeing movies like Tar. I'm seeing all kinds of artistic and independently driven movies. I think there's plenty of room for everybody. So, would he be open to playing a Marvel character in an MCU project in the future? Well, Nick Cage responded, I don't need to be in the MCU. I'm Nick Cage. So, I mean, no arguments here.
I mean, Nick would be willing to be in anything. He just likes staying busy. Let's face it.
I mean, we just saw the new oh gosh, what's the name of the Dracula's assistant?
The guy that eats bugs.
Yeah.
Slipping in my mind, but there it is, right there.
Yeah. So he's gonna Renfield. That's it. Okay, I knew it started with an R.
It's not right there. I said it.
Yeah. So Renfield, he's gonna be playing Dracula, so that's fun. And my girl Awkwafina is gonna be appearing in it as well.
Huh.
So be a fun time.
Well, you know how I feel about Samuel L. Jackson. That he's in everything.
Mm-hmm.
You may not see him, but he's in that crowd scene. So he stepped onto the set at some point. He's in it. But if by some chance he's not in it, Nick Cage is.
All right. So as much as you don't need to be in the MCU, Nick Cage, I would like you to appear at some point.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah. And I would also like to see him play a variant of Superman at some point, just because
he was cast
because it would
to
be fun.
Superman.
Because it would be fun. It would be funny as hell. I want to see that. Somebody make that happen. James Gunn, make it happen.
Variants suck.
Well, I just can't see him doing like a whole movie, carrying it on his own as Superman. I mean, he would have to be like, the Illuminati in Doctor Strange, like appearing for a few scenes, and that would be about it.
He could be old, nearly retired Superman.
Yeah, I mean, he can do that. Okay, but anyways, on to the next story. The premiere of Shazam! Fury of the Gods happened earlier this week in London, and the first reviews are out.
Hey, they didn't invite me.
No, they did not.
How are they going to do that without inviting the old man?
I don't know. I mean,
all right.
You need
some of you people out there. We're going to have to talk. I mean,
the media blockade had lifted. I don't know why we weren't invited.
Man.
Yeah. This is why we're stopping doing this, because we don't get no respect.
Yeah, no respect.
Yeah. All right. The reviews are out, and it looks like the film is promising to be a, quote, super solid sequel, end quote. One review said Shazam! Fury of the Gods is a super-powered sequel that packs a punch. A super solid, super fun, super smart blend of hilarity, heart, and heroics. Ramps up the action and irreverence to a delightful degree. Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and Rachel Zegler are MVPs. Love the dragon.
I mean, they definitely got some powerhouses to show up to play in this one.
Yeah. Well, another review says, Fury of the Gods is a magical and hilarious family adventure. It supercharges everything that made the first film special, with the heart of the story always the Shazamly. Rachel Zegler and Jack Dylan Grazer steal every scene.
Huh.
Yeah. And then one final review. Fury of the Gods is something the DCEU has not done before. Really fun and entertaining, and it raises the stakes from the first movie. It's very refreshing, similar to how your ass feels like when you're using a bidet.
Do we really need to go there?
Okay.
Wow.
That's something someone reviewing a movie tweeted to everybody. Like, okay, whatever gives you that sensation. I mean, I would have just, done a York peppermint patty joke, but okay. All right, so obviously a lot of positive reviews. Shazam! Fury of the Gods hits theaters on March 17th.
We may not be there on the 17th, but I bet we're there by the
21st?
17th, 18th, 20th.
Yeah.
Easily.
All right, so that is going to do it for entertainment news. Now, let's get on to those comic book reviews. All right, so first up, we have our mentions this week. And first one is a Marvel comic.
Well, they're both Marvel comics.
Oh, okay.
But the first one is Spider-Man #6. The subtitle is End of the Spider-Verse Part 6. And you already know, most of you know, I'm so sick of the Spider-Verse and any other multiverse that I could tear this comic book in half. I can't ever do that on purpose. No, can't do it.
Okay. Okay, so this is part 6, and I believe part 7 is going to conclude this story.
God.
And we're kind of at the, all is lost moment in the story, where most of the spider variants have been conformed or converted into, the monsters of the Spider Queen. I forget what her name is. And
just so you know, there's some guy sitting at a desk somewhere just creating, Spider Cowboy. Spider Cat. He's just creating variants, just naming them.
Yep. Shathra, that's her name. And so they come up with, a pretty desperate plan to get close to her and try and kill her with the sacred dagger, which is supposed to unmake any of the spider totems, which is what any spider variant is. So they come up with these disguises, and a few of them are, they look like they're captured, and they're going to try to get into their lair, Han Solo style.
It's just like, Star Wars.
Right.
It's dead up like it.
So they're like, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here? Isn't this the one who's always supposed to be singing? And, Spider-Man Noir doesn't sound like that. And so they're like, okay, this isn't working. And one of them says, how on earth could you possibly think this would work? And to which Spider Mage, I don't remember her name, she's a sorcerer who has spider powers, and says, it worked in Star Wars. And he's like, hey, don't you do that. You know what Star Wars is. I guess Star Wars is the same in every universe?
Well, probably, but you might have Luke being Han and Han's being Luke, and maybe Leia's Luke.
Yeah.
They probably mix it up.
Burt Reynolds is Han Solo, or Kurt Russell, because he actually auditioned for the part.
I could see that. Yeah. Although Kurt's always going to be, what was his name in Big Trouble?
Oh, Jack Burton.
He's either going to be Jack Burton or Snake Plissken, or maybe even Santa Claus after the two recent Santa Claus movies. But hey.
Or how about this? What if they did the movies based on Lucas's original script, and Han Solo is like a reptilian type alien, and Luke is Luke's Star Killer, and like a lot of other different things that Lucas did in his first script.
There's a mini-series called The Star Wars, which is based on that original script. It's a good read. Check it out.
It's definitely worth reading. Okay. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. So, they try this half-baked plan, and things don't go as planned.
At one point, somebody says, all right, plan B? No plan B. Got nothing.
So then they discover something right in the midst of this desperate fight. And you know how, prophecies and, chosen one writing works out? It's like, you think the thing is going to play out one way, and then you find out that the chosen one wasn't who you thought it was, and, things are going a different way.
In this story, I kept waiting for somebody to just go, hey, I'll be the chosen one.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, kind of like, the chosen one is whoever you make it or something like that.
All right, we
okay.
need to move on.
All right, so Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Part 6, number 6, ends up
with 3.5 shields rounded up.
3.5 rounded up.
Starts to say popcorns. All right, next up. Now, this is a book that one of the guys at Comic Book World convinced me that I needed to read. Now, it's not the first appearance of this character, but it is a number 1. So we checked out Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Okay, so it starts off with this Cosmic Ghost Rider, this different looking, alien looking Ghost Rider, who is kind of acting like Punisher, is stalking his prey, and then suddenly this guy who calls himself Frank wakes up. Now, supposedly he's Frank Castle, but he don't look like Frank Castle. He doesn't act like Frank Castle. So
My understanding is he is a variant. You gotta love multiverse stories.
So it's your favorite. Yeah. So he got this this job doing odd work at this tavern out in space. And all of a sudden, this guy shows up, calling himself a bounty hunter, and I swear the guy looks just like Cad Bane. I mean, I guess Cad Bane drove a motorcycle at some point, or whatever the Star Wars equivalent to a motorcycle is. But you take a look at this guy, and tell me he's not a ripoff of Cad Bane. So, whoops.
You don't know. Maybe Cad Bane was ripped off of him.
I doubt it. And bounty hunter comes through town. I mean, I'm not saying bounty hunters have to be saints or anything, but you'd hope they're, a little nicer than the people they're hunting. And turns out this guy is not. So this whole scuffle starts, and people get killed. And then all of a sudden, Frank Castle's like, and he wakes up in bed, just like he did at the beginning of the comic book. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Was that part the dream, or was it the dream earlier, or is it like Inception, where it's a dream within a dream?
It's a Dallas.
Like what's going on here? And it reminded me of both Inception, and also it reminded me of my frustration with the Tom Cruise Mummy remake. And it's been a while since I've seen it, and believe me, I only saw it once. I only needed to see it once, where there are these moments where Tom Cruise like suddenly wakes up after something like really dramatic happened, and I'm like, wait a minute, like was he dreaming earlier, or did a whole lot of time pass by? Did he pass out? And if it was a dream, how much of that was the dream? When did it start? I don't know.
Chill out.
It was very frustrating, and I had to relive my frustration with this book. So that's why it gets a mention, and it's not in my top 3.
I liked it.
Cosmic Ghost Rider #1 ends up with
3.5 shields rounded up.
All right, 3.5 out of 5. Now into our real top 3.
Have you calmed down now?
Yeah, I'm calm.
All right. You don't act like you're calm. All right, number 3 is a book that I have a little pet peeve with. It's Murderworld, Game Over. Well, Murderworld, and I don't care how you number it, it was a mini-series. But every issue had a subtitle, like Murderworld Spider-Man, Murderworld Wolverine, and had a #1 on it. Are #1s so important that you can't just put out a mini-series and number it 1 through 5? I mean, they're doing a lot of stuff in comics now that I don't approve of, and they're not asking me if it's okay. They need to. Anyway, Murderworld Game Over, #1, comes in our #3 spot.
Okay, so the contest is down to 2 contestants, and one of them is a Hydra agent, and the other one is just a guy who's down on his luck and paramedic, gambled all his family's money away, and was somehow he got under Arcade's radar, and Arcade sent him the invitation. So the 2 of them at first try to come up with some kind of compromise and way that they can beat Arcade at his own game, but eventually they have to fight it out because Arcade's forcing them against each other, and they figure they're going to betray each other eventually.
In the end, there can only be one.
So he wants to take his money and go. Well, then Arcade apparently is going to broadcast everything that happened during the contest to the entire world,
including the guy's infidelity during the contest with a woman who was not his wife.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. I was just thinking about all the people he killed.
Well, there's that too.
Okay, so yeah, that's all bad. So he wants to fight Arcade. He wants to kill him, and he's about to bleed out anyways. Well, Arcade says, if you want to keep fighting and you want to, come at me and just die here, that's fine. Or you can, press the easy button and just, get paramedic attention and stop it. The guy presses the button. Well, towards the end of the issue, Black Widow arrives at the warehouse where the whole contest took place, and she arrived a little too late. Well, Arcade left her a little something, an invitation to participate in Murderworld season 23. And no one ever said Arcade was lacking in pride, but I don't think you want Black Widow participating in your contest. In fact, I'm sure you don't. So Murderworld Game Over #1 ends up at our #3 spot with
3.5 shields rounded up.
3.5 rounded up.
A little sub note: if you really want to read Arcade and the really good stories that I used to enjoy, find his early appearances in Uncanny X-Men. That was some good stuff. At any rate, in the #2 spot, we have Stargirl, The Lost Children, #4 of 6.
All right. So, Stargirl, if you've been reading, finds herself on an island with all of these lost sidekick children. And they're trying to figure out how they got here because some of the children have been lost since the Golden Age.
But they think it's just been a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
They don't realize how long they've been here.
And time doesn't seem to have much meaning here. Well, one of... I forgot his name now. The time travel. Rip Hunter.
Yeah.
One of Rip Hunter's people, sidekicks.
Teammates.
Yeah. He tries to explain to them how all this time travel stuff works and how they've been on this island for so long without realizing how long it's been. And, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. It gets kind of confusing.
Yeah, and you got to figure, you look at a little crowd of little kids' faces. Mm-hmm. Yes, there's a couple of kid geniuses out there, and they're following along.
Yeah.
But the rest of them have got to have just blank looks on their faces.
Yeah. Well, basically it boils down to this ugly bird lady who is in this castle on the island nearby. She has at least partially to do with them being stuck here.
She's brought some of the kids there, not all of them.
Yeah.
But some of them.
And also, she's holding Artemis and a speedster girl by the name of Boomer prisoner here. And the kids decide that, they need to attack and deal with this lady. Well, it leads to this big splash page of all the kids attacking. And they attack the castle, and they have to go up against her robot android defense mechanisms.
Look like big eggs with arms and legs.
Disposable CGI army is basically what it would be in a movie form. Well, it concludes with a new player arriving on the island, and I always knew this guy as a good guy.
No spoiler.
But I don't know, the way they're presenting him makes it seem like he's about to cause some trouble for the kids, so I don't know. Anyway, Stargirl, The Lost Children, really great artwork on this one.
Yep, we both agreed on that.
Yeah, #4 of 6 ends up with
4 shields after we rounded it up.
4 shields rounded up, our #2 pick.
And the #1 spot for the last episode of Back Issues goes to Batman vs. Robin #5.
Okay. So, in this one, this is the epilogue to the Lazarus Planet story.
I'm so glad it's over.
Yeah. So, it ends where, everyone thought everything was all good and honky-dory by the end of the last issue, but it turns out Neza, the demon that they've been fighting this whole time, has possessed Batman. And now Damian's been made aware of it. And he's already knocked out several of the other heroes who were with Batman at the time. And, Batman escapes from him, and, he goes on the run, and he needs to warn the other heroes. And the magic users need to, come up with a plan on how to save Batman from this, and also to stop Neza. So it starts off with Monkey Prince providing a distraction for Robin. Monkey Prince of all people, but okay. He's got some, kind of cool magic in order to distract him.
And he's got Pigsy?
Pigsy, that's his mentor.
His magic warlock type mentor.
Mm-hmm. Well, while Neza is distracted, Damian puts out a call to the Bat family. All of the Batgirls, Red Hood, Nightwing. I don't know what Tim Drake is going by now. Is he just Other Robin? Is he Red Robin again? I don't know.
I think he's Robin.
Okay, because he looks like Robin. He's dressed like Robin.
And what do you call Damian Wayne?
Like younger Robin. But anyways, so Damian throws up the bat signal in order to lure Nezza there. Now keep in mind, Nezza in Batman's body, he knows everything Batman knows.
That's not good.
Yeah. So it takes, let's see, there are 1, 2, 3. There are 6 of them plus Damian who attack Nezza in Batman's body. And I like Damian's commentary here. Nightwing swings first, no surprise. No one else was likely to draw first blood. But Nezza knows all Batman knows. So all the Batgirls attack him as one. And then Tim and Red Hood get in on the action. And you know what? If it had just been, Batman and all his skills against the Bat family, I think the Bat family would have won. But, Nezza is also a demon. He's not just Batman, and, he don't play fair. So, but they wear him down enough.
You're assuming Batman would play fair?
I mean, okay, no. But he would play... he wouldn't play fair in the confines of still being human. So anyways, the Bat family has worn Nezza down long enough for the magic users to arrive and use a spell that they've worked out to trap Nezza in Batman's body. The problem with exorcising Batman out of the body is that Batman was near mortally wounded when Nezza took him over. So Nezza's possession is the only thing keeping him alive right now.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So Damian asks Zatanna if he could take a piece of his soul in order to restore his father. And Zatanna explains that that wouldn't be enough. And do you know how many fragments it would take to resurrect Batman? And so Damian, he puts the word out to everyone in Gotham, sends out a broadcast. And they come up with a way for everyone in Gotham to save Batman.
To donate a piece of their soul that they would never miss.
And, the way they did it, I got a little choked up, reading those last few pages. I got a little choked up just talking about it now.
You'll be all right.
So that's why Batman vs. Robin, number 5, and the epilogue to Lazarus Planet is our number 1 pick this week with
4 shields rounded up.
4 shields rounded up. All right, so what's coming up next week, old man?
Now, we're going to talk about these, even though we're not going to review them next week. We're still going to tell you what we're interested in that comes out this week. Okay, as a lot of you know, Alex Ross is back to doing his timeless variants. Mm-hmm. Only this time, instead of all heroes, it's all villains. I love me some Alex Ross. I mean, he's in my top 5 all-time artists. Read Kingdom Come if you don't believe me. So I got all the timeless variants, and he put out 5 this week. And 3 of them are from books we don't normally get, which would include The Avengers, Mary Jane and Black Cat, and X-Men. Mm-hmm. Whether I read any of those 3 books, I don't know. I might. But the variants, Alex Ross variants that are coming out that I normally get, Scarlet Witch number 3. Mm-hmm. Loving the Fantastic Four, and he does a couple of variants, not just the timeless variant, but he does just a regular cover, which looks really good. That is for number 5. You also have 2 Joker books. You got Batman the Joker, the Deadly Duo, and Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing.
Okay.
I wish they didn't come out the same day, because sometimes that gets a little confusing. Mm. But also, from Marvel, you have... Okay, pet peeve here, another one. What Marvel is doing with the Aliens and Predator books, they'll run a story arc. And I don't mind if they just did all miniseries, which is what they're doing. And then when they start the next story arc, they start over with number 1, but there's no subtitle. There's no way to differentiate between this number 1 and the number 1 of the last story arc, unless you open the cover and figure out when it came out. Mm-hmm. I find that to be very frustrating, and it will become a very big problem in the future when people are trying to file all of these miniseries and figure out where they go. Marvel, that sucks. Stop doing it. But a #1 of Predator comes out, which I've been enjoying. That's my latest rant. Pet peeve.
All right, so get those at your local comic book shop right now. All right, so that's our last review. Now, let's take a look at what we got in the mail for the last time. All right, so we have our, what I guess is our February Boxed Heroes, coming just a little late.
Could be.
So, open this up, see what we got here. If you want your own Boxed Heroes, you can go to boxedheroes.com and get one box or get a monthly subscription, of which you get a subscriber bonus book each month.
Which quite often is the best book in the box.
All right, so first up, we have, our typical stickers and trading cards. So we have a SpongeBob character. Don't know anything else other than that. Got your Bart Simpson there. Got, I don't know what that is. Oh, you got your Bowser from Mario. And you've got a Black Panther trading card. All right, so all that. And a little bit of a different card this week. Say, check out the winners wall on our website. If you have won a prize, post on social media and tag us. We will add you to the wall, or you can email us your photo. Well, let's hope you got us a winner, Boxed Heroes. Okay. So, bonus book. I'm going to do this. Then I flip the bonus book. All right, see what we got here. Well, first up we have the 3 Jokers variant, #1 from Black Label. It's a great series, but it was very overproduced.
Yeah, and it never really hit.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but...
Next up,
Speaking of Alex Ross, Timeless Variants,
yeah.
just so happens we already have that one, but that's fine.
Got it this week. All right. Then we have nothing on the back. Adventures of Superman, John Kent, #1.
That hasn't even come out yet.
Okay,
It comes out this week.
Okay, so we gotta.
Guess I won't buy it. Wasn't gonna buy it anyway, but now I might read it.
Okay, then we have X Factor number 109.
Blah.
I'll bet you that's a $1 book.
It might be a $2 or $3 book, but still.
Generation X number.
It doesn't matter what number that is because it's poop. Read down here.
Number 9.
Blah blah blah.
Then we have Marvel Superheroes Summer Special #2.
More blah blah blah.
Is this where they preview what we're putting out?
You're thinking of Marvel Age. There are stories in there.
Okay.
Most of them weren't very good.
Okay. Then we have Hercules Prince of Something
Prince of
#3.
Power.
Okay. That's 60-cent cover price there.
Not getting real excited.
Then we have The Unknown Soldier #4.
And the hit parade just keeps on coming.
Then we have Nomad #3.
Oh. Bring it on home, Box Heroes. Bring it on home.
And our subscriber bonus book, we have Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones #1, Greg Land variant.
We just read that, so I don't think it's the same cover that we
Nope.
got, but...
Nope.
Eh.
All right, so Omen,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, well, in addition to this being our final episode, this is also our final Boxed Heroes. Partially because we're not doing the show anymore, but also because the last few boxes have stunk real bad.
Like this one.
Yeah, this one, I think this one has stunk more than any of them.
Yeah, I can honestly say this is probably our worst Box Heroes box.
Yeah. So
it's a shame. They packed them real well, and
I mean the Mylars are almost worth the monthly subscription because
Not
we
quite.
we reuse those.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah, but yeah, this is definitely going to be our last box because man,
Anybody knows of a
yes,
good...
we were talking about this earlier. If you have suggestions for another monthly comic book service, let us know because Box Heroes, yeah.
And I'm not going to do $100 for a box.
No.
It's got to be more affordable.
Yeah. All right, so that is Box Heroes. Now, let's take a look at what the old man and I are going to be up to now that you're not going to be seeing us here every week. All right, so first up, our Whatnot auction is actually going to be this Friday because we've got a busy weekend coming up. I'm going to be working on a movie on Saturday, and then on Sunday we have the Oscars that
I don't miss the Oscars.
Yeah, so we're moving our auction to this Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have a lot of great stuff to sell. We're going to have some of our new inventory mixed in with the rest of it. So a lot of cool stuff. We got a lot of Star Wars items, some Batman items, and other stuff. So I got 3 things to show you guys. First up, we recently came into a couple of Funko Pops in our first purchase, and there might be more in the near future. So this one is the Child from The Mandalorian, which we later know to be called Grogu. So before he had a name, he was the Child. So we got that one. Then you got an item from McFarlane Toys, and forgot if there was Super Stage Figures. This is Alice Cooper,
Who you actually saw perform recently.
I saw in concert. Now, I can't say for certain that he was actually singing. He may have been lip syncing. But as far as his stage energy, stage presence,
Still got it?
He still got it. I mean, when he puts on his ringmaster outfit and he's swinging that cane around and everything. Yeah, I mean he's definitely still got it.
He's a showman.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, one of our big items this week from Lego and Star Wars. You have this is what it says on the box. It says Boba Fett's Starship. Now, us OG Star Wars fans, we of course know Boba Fett's ship as the Slave One. But you know what? The good people at Lego and Disney are not going to call Boba Fett's ship the Slave One and put it on a Legos box. So we have to call it Boba Fett's Starship. So all these items and a whole lot more. We're going to have 70 items on our auction this week.
Give or take 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean somehow we miscount or something, but it'll be in and around 70. And we're going to have all those available this Friday for auction. All right, so that's our Whatnot auction. Also, guys, keep in mind that we are less than 2 months away from opening up the pop-up shop. Don't have an exact date in mind because weather permitting, and hopefully it'll be. We're hoping like 60 and above when we start the day. So
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't we might fudge it to the mid-50s. But
right.
I can only take so much cold.
But it's almost always sometime in early May.
Or late April.
Right. So keep that in mind. In addition to having a lot of new toy inventory, or I should say a little bit new toy inventory, but we have a lot of new comic books from the off season.
Boxes and boxes of new inventory.
We've been selling toys on Whatnot, during our off season. So that's kind of trickled down. As far as our inventory goes, but our comic books we haven't sold hardly any comic books.
Buying comic books.
Yeah,
haven't sold any.
Like we had 2 shows. We had the Creature Feature show, and we had Louisville Con where we did sell a few comic books. But other than that, we haven't sold any of them. So we have all this stuff building up in our inventory, and we need you guys to buy it. So stay tuned. Check out our Facebook page. EMoney and the Old Man, and also be checking Craigslist, the garage sales section, where we post every week for updates on our sales and also our comic book inventory. All right, so do that. Now, on to, also, I told you guys, just because we're not doing back issues anymore doesn't mean, the channel's dead, because we're going to be putting out reaction videos all the time, and we have The Mandalorian, and we're about to finish up The Last of Us going on right now.
And we're not sure what we're going to do next, but I talked to EMoney just a few minutes ago, and we need to come up with other shows to do reaction videos to, not just the Marvel superhero stuff and the Star Wars stuff. Like The Last of Us was neither.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to find new shows to do reaction videos to.
And also stay tuned for movie reviews from time to time.
Yeah, occasionally we'll do a movie review.
Yeah. All right, so there's that. And also, give you guys one last update on my New Year's resolutions. Well, I told you guys I had some did some partying last weekend, and I indulged a little bit. I ordered a pizza. It was amazing.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I was naughty, and I didn't want to weigh in last week. So I've been keeping close to my diet this week, and I've been exercising. And I stepped on the scale earlier today. I was almost afraid to. And it turns out, since my weigh-in before the convention, which was about 2 weeks ago, I've actually lost over 6 pounds. So now that brings my grand total to a little bit over 32. I finally broke my 30-pound weight loss goal, and I'm still going. I'm not gonna stop at 30.
Better not.
Yeah, still going. So that's great news, and I'm glad I didn't. What's the word? Plateau. That's the word. Glad I didn't plateau. I'm still going.
Well, so what about the script you're writing?
Script, 3 pages.
All right.
I'm getting into the nitty gritty, the exciting part, where things. I guess you call it the second act, where things start to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote 3 pages, and I'm getting to the exciting part. All right. So did we cover everything on the list?
No, I just want to say I'm proud of you, son.
Oh,
Good job. Keep it up.
thanks, old man. And be sure to stay subscribed. And also, if you're in the Louisville area, you can come by Comic Book World during the week. And
If you're in town for Derby Day, odds are we'll be open.
yeah, say hi to the old man when you go to Comic Book World. And you can come by my trivia shows if you want. I am hosting trivia 7 p.m. at Joe's Older Than Dirt every week, and also I'm about to start hosting at Brownie's The Shed Grill and Bar in Plainview, 7 o'clock on Tuesdays every week. So if you want to, meet your YouTube stars in person, all you got to do is...
Wait, did you just call us stars?
I mean, that
All
counts, right?
All right. Sure.
No, but really, if you want to say hi to us, come by and say
Please
hi.
do.
Yeah,
Please do.
yeah. All right, I think that's about everything.
Wrap it up.
All right, guys. So this is usually where I say we'll see you on the next one, but we won't. So come by our reaction videos and stop by our pop-up shop this spring. All right, guys. EMoney and the old man, we're out. Actually, you know what? Everyone, I didn't say Excelsior.
You did not.
I can't go out.
All of these episodes, you said Excelsior at the end of every single one of them.
Yeah, I can't go out not saying Excelsior. Okay, guys. So, EMoney the old man out. We'll see you around. Excelsior.
And I got to do True Believers. So, True Believers, from our hearts, we want you to know that the decision to end back issues was not something we did lightly. We talked about it, agonized over it, and want you to know we appreciate our viewers.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that stuck with us, Jody, I know you're out there. Thank you.